Hello and welcome to the exciting release reveal for STAMPtember 2022. I'm excited to walk you through all of these fabulous new products. I'm Laura, by the way, for Simon Says Stamp, and we're going to start with the new background cling designs. This first one is called Dots on Dots, and as always, the background clings are a red rubber. As you can see here, they're mounted on a cushy foam, and you always get a beautiful stamped impression when you use red rubber. This Dots on Dots is unique in that it's one of those pop-out background clings, so you can pop out the center rectangle part of the dots and you can stamp it by itself, or you could stamp the outer border of the dots. You can pop it back in and use it as one individual background. So you got different options and versatility. Next up is Sugar Rush, a great candy themed background. Could be great for Halloween or Christmas or just candy loving all year round. Who doesn't love a little candy? Next is Overlapping Drops. This one's a bit hypnotic, kind of geometric. I love the linear images kind of overlapping. That could be fun to color. And next we have Mixed Alphas. I love the different sizes and how they're overlapping, and that could be a great tone-on-tone background or Emboss Resist. Next we have Gothic Halloween, and this one has kind of a spooky feeling font, if you ask me. But it's very apropos for Halloween, and there are a lot of Halloween lovers out there. Next we have Bold Leaves. This one I really, really do love. I don't know, it's like kind of sophisticated. I think this could be a great background for a Thanksgiving card or any time of the year, really. And then next we have Yin Yang. Oh wow, this is actually two different stamps. So you could stamp one in black, one in white, or mix up the colors. Different ways you can use that. And then we have Candles. And this is also two separate cling stamps. So you could stamp rows of candles. You could probably mask off the individual candles if you want to stamp them in different colors using the Misty. Moving right along to some stamps. This first one is called Coffee Friend, and it's a small little mini stamp set. It does have a coordinating die for that coffee mug image. Kind of looks like a cappuccino. Next, we have Say It in Spanish for all you Spanish speakers out there. And this is really fun. I hope they do more in different languages. There's coordinating dies to go with all these Spanish sentiments. I'm not going to try to say them because I'll probably butcher it. But I know the first one, gracias. Okay, that's probably all I can really do. But those are really cool. Love that font too. Jubilee Sentiments is next. This is mainly sentiment. There are no coordinating dies for this, at least not yet. There's a few little floral images in there, but these are great sentiments. Some can be used on the inside of a card as well, and that's nice to have if you struggle with what to write on the inside of the card. Moving right along, we have Circle Sayings. Oh, this is really cool. There is one circle die that can coordinate with all these circular framed sentiments. I love the mixture of font there, and one for all the different occasions that you're going to need. The next stamp set is called Happy Faces. So you can build, and there's a coordinating dies to go with all the images and sentiments. You can build a cute little happy face. You can stamp a sentiment within the happy face, or maybe you just want to do a big old solid polka dot. Create a geometric background. And then we have Extra Talkative. This is a larger stamp set with many, many sentiments. I love that there's coordinating dies to cut out all of these sentiments so you can pop them up on intricate backgrounds. I love that feature. Again, a lot of these sentiments will work great for the inside of cards as well. Next, we have Printmaking Birds. This is really unique. There's been several of these printmaking sets. There's coordinating dies to cut out all the individual birds. So what you can do is, there's the outline of the birds there you can see on the bottom left. And you can layer all those solid images to color in the birds to give it that printmaking look. And then next we have Christmas Blessings. I love this stamp set. The mixture of fonts, there's coordinate. Look at how many dies there are to coordinate with each and every one of those sentiments. I love the handwritten look to it. Great holiday sentiments. Really like that one. Next we have Floral Frames. Very kind of fancy schmancy, if I do say so. There are two larger coordinating dies to cut out those frames with the floral swags. You can stamp the sentiment inside. Beautiful for any time of the year. Next we have Butterfly Ranunculus. Hope I pronounced that correctly. These are beautiful floral images. There's coordinating sentiments. There's also coordinating dies to die cut those floral images. I predict there will be some drop dead, no line watercolor projects coming with this stamp set. Next we have Black Eyed Susans. More florals, more great all-purpose sentiments. There's coordinating dies to cut out the florals and the sentiments, which I really, really love. Next we have Oh Frank for Frankenstein. And this is a great one for Halloween. Great for kids. You can build a Frankenstein. There's coordinating dies to go with it. You could put sunglasses on Frank, hands, teeth, speech bubble. There's great sentiments to pair with the speech bubble. Let's be frank. Happy haunting. Next we have extra large teacher greetings to make encouraging cards for those incredible teachers in our life. There are coordinating dies to go with this. There's a lot of mixture of fonts and layouts of the sentiments. Some of these could definitely be used for any type of encouragement card. It's definitely targeted for teachers, but can be used in a lot of different ways. Next we have You're Sharp, and look at these color pencils. One's making a heart, one's making like a wreath, and of course there's coordinating dies to cut those out. There's also single little pencils that you could stamp just kind of pointing at one of the sentiments. And there's sentiments great for students, for kids, for teachers. Moving right along, we have holiday ornaments. Adorable little faces on ornaments. Of course, there's coordinating dies to cut these out. So we got a cute little reindeer, a Santa, a snowman. I don't know if that's an elf, a present, but they're really cute. And look at the sentiments. I like how there's the mixture of font there. Lastly, we have big, bold shapes. There aren't coordinating dies to go with this, at least not yet, but you could create fabulous geometric backgrounds. Okay, moving on to some standalone dies. Of course, I die cut all of these to show you. Let's dive right in. First up is Morning Blossom. Another very intricate, beautiful floral die. Could be die cut in an array of solid color cardstock, pattern paper. You could ink blend the die cuts out of white cardstock. Next we have Flourishing Bloom Plate. This is an entire card front, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, but it's very dainty and detailed. I'll show you here. You're going to want to pop this up on a card base or maybe acetate. You could make it a shaker. You could die cut those floral blooms out of pattern paper or white, blend them up, add different colors. Next we have Pumpkin Set, and this creates a cute little pumpkin house. There's a little door that I created like a little flap. I glued it on. You can see I put a little white cardstock on the back to make it look like it's lit up inside the pumpkin, and you get two little extra little mini pumpkins on the side with some leaves and stems. It's a cute little pumpkin set for Halloween and fall for pumpkin lovers. And then we have Acorn Trio. You get 3 cute little acorns, and I don't know if you can see the detail on the top of those acorns. I did that out of craft and chocolate brown solid color cardstock. Then we have Layered Squirrel, an adorable little squirrel die. You can build it with different shades of solid color cardstock, or if you want to ink blend it, but it's so cute. My dog Hank chases after squirrels like it's his full-time job. Okay, moving right along, we have Buckeye Leaf. And look at this cute little, look at the detail on the leaf, that it just die cuts in there just through one pass with solid color green cardstock. You ever had a Buckeye candy? Chocolate and peanut butter? Forget about it. Moving right along, we have Candle Blowout. This is really fun. Of course, you know I made it in rainbow order with solid color cardstock. Piece it together. Put a little sentiment underneath it. You got a fun, colorful birthday card with one of the candles kind of leaning over like you're blowing them out. And then you have Fern Corner, another full-size 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 open frame plate So again, you could pop this up on a card base. You could make it a shaker. You can ink blend behind it. It's very dainty, the fern foliage. Next we have row of balloons. And this is fun. I love balloons. Always have, always will. Great for a birthday. Okay, so this one's kind of unique. Let me just show you the die so you can see what I mean. It's a solid singular die. You can't cut it apart. And the little balloon ties, they're kind of separated. So that part is not going to die cut. And I'll show you here what I did. I die cut that into a panel of white cardstock. See how the little balloon ties are almost more, they're cut into the cardstock. And then I ink blended behind on another panel and kind of popped it up. Now all those balloons that popped out, I blended those as well. So you could create a little balloon bouquet with those individual balloons, or you could just make a row. A lot of different ways you can use it. Next we have Etched Oak Leaves, and I want to show you the detail on these. I die cut them in 3 different colors of solid color cardstock. I think you could make a beautiful wreath if you wanted to arrange those in a circular form. Next we have Fab Floral Pinpoint Plate. Again, a full-size plate, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and it die cuts those teeny tiny little pinpoints in that Fab Floral design. And there have been previously released Fab Floral products that I believe could probably coordinate with this Fab Floral Pinpoint plate. Next we have the basic box card balloons. This die coordinates with the previously released basic box card. So you're going to need a box card to coordinate with this balloon die. Put together a basic box card with white cardstock. I added the basic box card balloons with pattern paper and 1 out of white, kind of staggered those. This does fold flat and fit inside a standard size envelope, and it's a box card. It's a balloon birthday box card party waiting to happen. All you need to do is pop a little sentiment on there, and it can sit on your desk so you can just look at it and it'll make you happy. Next up we have Yin Yang, and I die cut this one to show you. I did it simple, white and black. Looks great on some fog, like a fog panel. A little bit of pop of contrast there. A bold graphic design. And then we have Layered Pumpkin. Another one great for fall, Halloween, Thanksgiving. You could almost make this a shape card. It's fairly large, and you can piece together all those little pieces and it gives you the backer, like a plain orange backer with a stem. And then we have just a simple handwritten hello, which I die cut this to show you. I love the font on this. And you've got the shadow, which I did out of white, and then the word die out of a little aqua. You don't have to use the shadow. It looks great with it. Looks great without it. And then lastly, we have Berry Wreath. Now this one's a showstopper. I mean, take a look at it. Is it a lot of work? Yes. But is it fun? Absolutely. I got to show you because you just kind of got to see how it all comes together. So you got your wreath. You got 2 different berries, larger and smaller. And then there's 2 different leaf dies that you can add. Here's one little leaf cluster, and then there's another one that didn't come out of the package. There it is. And I did these out of several different shades of green cardstock, and I kind of added. So you could make the wreath as luscious and full or as simple and bare, you know, depending on how you want to build it up. You can add the berries. I'm going to add a little glossy accents. You could do sequins on there, enamel dots. You could customize this for different seasons, maybe make a fall or a rainbow wreath. And then we have 2 little standalone sentiment dies. We have Thanks. I die cut this one out of khaki cardstock and soft navy. Just a simple little Thanks word die. And then we also have Gracias. Hope I pronounced that correctly. This one I did out of green and white. Again, you've got the shadow in green, the word die in white. You don't have to use a shadow. You could use that word die by itself. Okay, we've got some new Kathy Zielski designs, which I always look forward to. This first one is called Witch Please. And I mean, you can always count on Kathy to make you chuckle. There's some witch images there. Of course, there's coordinating dies to cut out the witch images and the sentiments. Next, we have Sassy Thankful. I love that it's giving you the thanks, but it's also giving you the sassy. And there are coordinating dies to cut out several of these larger sentiments and the little turkey. Look at that turkey up there. Great for Thanksgiving. Next we have ornament options. Okay, so these are circular, as you can see, they're circular sentiments with different images that you can put inside. And of course, there's coordinating dies. So what these create are little ornament tags to put on gifts. And so and the sentiment coordinates with that ornament. So you stamp it, and then you can add the different images in the center. Or you can just add those dotted lines. Maybe you want to write something, a little bit, a note for the recipient. Great set for creating tags. Next up is the Witch Please Words die. I die cut this out of black and purple. Great for a little sassy Halloween card. So fun. Next we have Let's Celebrate. Another Kathy Zielski word die. You've got the Let's Celebrate word, and then you have the shadow, which I did out of green. Classic Kathy Zielski font. Two more word dies by Kathy Zielski. This first one is Salute. Did you know salute is the most common way to say cheers in Italian? And also good health. So that's a great thing to put on a card. And then we have merci, a little thank you in French. Okay, so I did this one out of some aqua and white. Great font, great size. Of course, you can use the word die without the shadow. You've got options there. Moving on to some new stencil designs. This first one is called Dots on Dots. Similar to the background cling, but this one is a stencil. So you could blend all those beautiful little dots. I think you could mask some off and use different colors. Next we have Acorns and Leaves. And I believe this is 5 different little mini stencils. And so you get different shapes of leaves and a tiny little acorn. Really, really cute. You can do a lot of different things. You can blend a whole background or a little individual. Maybe you just want to add a little accent of a leaf or a little accent of an acorn. This next set is called Layered Spooky Icons. It's 4 stencils in the set, and they create, you definitely could use them individually, but when you layer them up, it makes a little more sense, and it creates iconic Halloween imagery. Okay, so I'll show you when you layer these up. You can see the little candy, twirly, thingamajiggy like windmill, I think. I'm not sure. Okay, here's the pumpkin. And then when you add this, you can see the pumpkin turn into a jack-o'-lantern. So let me just isolate these two here. See that jack-o'-lantern face on the pumpkin? And then here you can see the skeleton face on that skull. Okay, then we have the ABC. Oh, I love a good alphabet. Great classic font that's never going to go out of style. Great for teacher cards or school cards. Here's another one, Bold Numbers. Another great font. This would be great for personalizing a birthday card for like a 12-year-old or even a 50th anniversary, things like that. Okay, we have some new embossing folder designs. This first little mini one is called the Sunny Skies Emboss and Cut. So it embosses the cloud imagery, but also die cuts a circle frame in the center. There's also a square die that pairs with it. It's a 2D embossing folder square die. And here's what this looks like when you die cut the square and you use the Sunny Skies Emboss and Cut. So you see that circular frame that it cuts out and also embosses those fun little clouds. This next one is called Sparkling Facets. And the detail is incredible. Look at it. I mean, how cool would that be if you emboss that onto some metallic cardstock? Next is the Pepperberry bundles with coordinating dies. So this one die cuts the Pepperberry design. Here I did one out of doll pink cardstock. I think I have it upside down here, but it doesn't matter. You get the idea. Incredible texture there. I did another one out of cotton candy so I could show you how you can also die cut a few of those little sprigs. And it gives you an embossed little die cuts. Here's a little close-up so you can see that embossed detail on those little floral sprigs. Okay, we also have 2 new foil plate designs. This first one's called Intricate Daisies. So you get a foil plate and you also get the coordinating dies. So I foiled these up to show you. I foiled them in silver onto some white cardstock. The detail, the shimmer is incredible. And then you could ink blend on this. You could also foil it on solid color cardstock. And then you got the coordinating dies. This next one is called Intricate Floral Blossom and Leaves. Again, I foil these up and I die cut them because you really got to see it to believe it. Look at the intricate linear design on those leaves, and with the foil, it's really incredible when it catches the light. We also have some new sentiment strip designs in the STAMPtember release. This first one is part of Kathy Zielski's products. This is called her Witch Please, and then there's also the reverse Witch Please. So you get 4 sheets in each package. This first one is just the pre-printed black on white. These pair beautifully with the sentiment label dies. Now here's the reverse Witch Please sentiment. So these are the same sentiments, just with white on black. These are my most favorite to use. I use these all the time, and this set here will be great for little Halloween projects. And then we have the Grateful and Thankful sentiment strips. Again, 4 sheets in each pack. It looks like all 4 of these sheets are identical. And then you have the reverse Grateful and Thankful sentiments. It's a little different font than Kathy Zielski's. I love the white on black. Again, works great with sentiment label dies. There's also some fun little extras in this STAMPtember release, including rainbow glitter paper. I would say it's more of a cardstock. There's rainbow colors. Look at all this glittery deliciousness. This is the rainbow pack. But if you like a certain color in particular, like maybe you just want pink, you can buy a whole pack of just pink glitter paper. But if you want to have a sampler pack of all the colors, you can buy them like so in a rainbow glitter paper pack. Okay, we also have 2 new Sequin Mixes in this release. These blue ones are called Morning Glory, and they're a mixture of blue, iridescent, a little bit of gold, and then we have Gilded, which is more of a champagne-y gold iridescent. I like that they're confetti. They're like confetti sequin mixes. We also have new Simon's Stamp white foam tape. I would call this a medium-sized roll. It's not a big mama roll, but it's not a teeny tiny roll. There's the dimensions there. I'm going to say that this foam tape is thicker than what I've been using, so I'm excited to try it, see how thick it is. And it's also a little bit more narrow. So let me get a ruler here. I believe it's a little bit wider than 1/4 inch. See that? It's, well, I'm not going to try to say what that is, but it's a little bit wider than 1/4 inch. It's a little bit thicker than what I've been using. So I'm kind of excited to try this Simon's Stamp white foam tape. And if that wasn't enough, a new fine detail scissors exclusively by Simon's Stamp. So the details and features. It's got a soft grip handle. It's non-stick stainless steel, 5-inch overall length. And take it out of the package because look at the little paw print on the scissor. It also says Simon's Stamp on the opposite side. Classic aqua handle. I'm excited to try these and tell you what I think, but just looking at them, they're pretty cutie patootie. And that is everything from the STAMPtember 2022 release. Before we go, just got a couple of projects to share with you. I used the basic box card balloons die with a sentiment from the Black Eyed Susan stamp set. The second card features the berry wreath die along with the handwritten hello die. Make sure and check out the Simon's Stamp blog for more information and inspiration. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.
I'm Heidi, Simon's mama and founder at simonsaysstamp.com. Thank you so much for watching our video. If you like what you just saw, be sure to press the thumbs up and subscribe to see more great content.